This is a really funny and bizarre story. On Tuesday, Republican Mississippi Senator Thad Cochran denied allegations that he bought black votes in the Senate Republican primary against State Senator Chris McDaniel, who has still not conceded the race, by the way. The McDaniel camp alleges that Cochran was paying people to vote. In fact, Charles Johnson of GotNews.com posted an interview with the Reverend Stevie Fielder saying that the Reverend claims he was paid to offer black voters $15 each to vote for Cochran. Fielder was paid for that interview as well. And the Cochran campaign spokesperson said the allegations are not true. It is baseless. It is absolutely false. Okay, that's the background. So then there's this press call for Senator Thad Cochran's office, and it turned into a total fiasco because an unidentified caller who still has not been identified asked whether Cochran harvested votes from African Americans like black people harvesting cotton. The instant this happens on this press call, Lewis, all hell breaks loose. It becomes impossible to shut the guy asking the question up. There's all sorts of chaos, and the call is ultimately shut down after a bunch of interruptions from the caller. That's hilarious, but I have to tell you, if our only evidence for this vote buying thing is from someone who was paid for an interview, I remain unconvinced. I'm not saying Thad Cochran would or wouldn't do this, but we can't just go by a reverend who was paid to do an interview where he says that.
No, not at all. I'm not convinced. That being said, I wouldn't be surprised if this is what happened. I mean, I'm sure there were all sorts of sinister tactics involved to try and get black votes anyway.
The one thing that is really funny is that a bunch of the reporters on the call afterwards tweeted that maybe President Obama had set up this person to start asking about harvesting black votes the way black people harvested cotton. The absurdity of it, the absurdity to think that President Obama is getting involved in sabotaging press calls for Republican primaries. It's just, you have to think President Obama has nothing to do.
Has nothing to do, or somehow is intimately involved in every campaign in the country somehow.
Lewis, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say maybe, just maybe, neither Cochran nor McDaniel are the individual who should be serving the good people, the actual voters. Maybe there's an alternate candidate, maybe a Democrat. I don't know.
I'm sure there's someone out there who would be better suited, yes.
Yeah, we could almost randomly find someone who would be better suited for this. So there it is. Also, I don't know if I even have to say this, but no evidence that President Obama was involved in pranking a Thad Cochran press call either, just to get it on the record. Join us on Facebook, facebook.com/David Pakman Show. I wrote an article for The Advocate about the recent Republican primary win of Gordon Klingenschmidt, a longtime guest on this program. It is on the front page of The Advocate. If you can't find it there, it is posted to our Facebook page, facebook.com/David Pakman Show. We're going to take a break, and next we will talk to Tarso Luis Ramos about the implications of the Hobby Lobby Supreme Court decision. That is next. And later, in a libertarian utopia, who controls the nukes? We'll talk